Hey Steve, how you doing? Hey Cyclone, what's happening? Hey Kim, how are you? Beautiful day here today. Just started getting that way though. Hey Tracy, how's it going? Hey Aussie chick, how are you? You never know if you get good weather. Plus, we have a lot of chats like that last a long time in the evening. So, people are pretty much caught up. Thought I'd come on for a couple minutes here. How's your day going? Good. Yeah, sun finally came out. Yep. Been kind of gloomy. They're building a new restaurant across the street. I don't know how those guys work outside when the weather's like this. I couldn't do it. No way. No, I never eat breakfast, Tracy. I've never been a breakfast guy. Yeah, I was tired for a few weeks there too, and I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe change of weather when you get older. I'm not sure. Kind of achy and not getting sound sleep, that kind of thing. Guess it comes along with the territory. I suppose the time's off for you, Aussie chick, to be on a chat. Hey, Muka, how are you? Yeah, I got an email today from this Change.org. I don't know how they get my email, but anyway, they're petitioning the governors in the different states to eliminate daylight savings time. They say it leads to health complications. Now we change our clocks back Sunday. I mean, it sounds crazy, but I get more done when it gets darker earlier than I do in the summertime. Pretty good, Muka. Yeah, I like listening to the rain, Kind of nice. This is a pretty good snowstorm we got for this early in the year, Halloween night. Never knew about that happening in the past. Usually it's like, warmer in the evenings. Yeah, I'm the same way, Jane. Yep. Just seems like you get more done, I do anyway, I don't like that 10:30 and it's still light outside in the summertime. Aussie chick, do you guys have daylight saving time where you live? Do you use it? Yeah, we do get snow, and last year was a really bad winter, and we get an early snow this year, but it's pretty much all melted away. Still doesn't seem like it snowed like it did when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm the same way, Jane. I'm the same way. I don't really like it either. I'm not a morning person. I wish I was. I try to be one, but man, it's a constant struggle. You know, they've actually isolated genes for light people and day people. They say that a lot of people select their career based on their sleeping habits. Yeah, we got nailed pretty good Halloween night. Yep. Yeah, pretty much melted, yeah. It's kind of a cool snowstorm, though, Halloween. Tracy, I forget, where do you live? Yeah, that's all I ever get is coffee. I've never been a breakfast guy. Once in a blue moon, I'll get something to eat, but not very often. I'll get like a egg McMuffin or something. Oh, that's all right, Baltimore, yep. I had a buddy of mine that was flying a Learjet out of Baltimore for about a year. And I used to go out there and ride around with him in the jump seat, him and another guy. They flew canceled checks between the Federal Reserves. We used to go down to Baltimore Street, screw around. It's a good time there. Okay, 420. Not much. I mean, I do drink Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke once in a while, but not very often. I really like it, like if I get something deep fried, but I try not to drink Diet Coke if I can. It's loaded with salt. I mean, I try to eat halfway healthy, you know. Yeah, sometimes you just want one, you know. Man, if you look at the sugar, if you drank regular pop, it would seem too sweet to me. So I don't. I drink maybe 5 diet pops a month. Yeah, I'm trying to drink more tea. It sure is hard for me to do it, though. I just don't like it that much. Oh, do you, Muka? Diet ginger ale, huh? Yep, West Branch. Yep, up here in West Branch. Bow season hunted for like adults, I guess, started yesterday. I thought it was gone, but it's not. I guess that starts the 15th. Deer hunting is nothing like it used to be. Well, I don't mind it. It's just, you know, I've been getting a barrage of this couple of these kooks with these websites out there. They're just constantly harassing me, always sending stuff to people that are on the chat. Just get sick of it. You know, and I've told people all along, you know, I'm not in it. I'm not in this for the views, the subscribers, or the thumbs up. I'm doing the same thing now I did when I didn't have any subscribers. So, you know, I'm not trying to win a popularity contest. You'll never, ever hear me say, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, or any of that crap. People like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But as I said, I'm not trying to win a popularity contest. And I just get sick of these morons that are coming on here all the time, particularly in the evening chat, and just using fake IDs. And look at the chat yesterday. That's that kook that lives out in Las Vegas that was representing herself as two people on the chat. made up this big scenario about growing up in Michigan. It was all just bullshit. That's how nuts these people are. It's not being rude. I mean, you said something that I thought was rude, and it's a private chat room. And I had it's just I treat people the same way if you came into my living room or my place of business. If you acted the same way there, like you act in the chat, I'd tell you the same thing. Learn some etiquette and tact and how to have a civil conversation, and I won't give you answers like that. Yeah, he's just a super moron. There's no way you people that would say these things would ever say that to my face. And I think that's the frustrating thing. And I hope I get the opportunity someday that you do try to do that. If you don't like it, you can go someplace else. I'll block you right now if you make another rude comment. I mean, it's a private channel with public access. And if the comments are disruptive and rude, or they say negative comments about people that are struggling, you get them blocked. Simple as that. Oh, two-faced people are a dime a dozen. Oh yeah, they would never. No, I encourage them, man. Any of these people that I want them. This is my fantasy of some of these people. I would give $500 cash to any of these people out there that talk this way to me, to have their camera rolling, because it's important that this is documented, and approach me in the street when I'm down in Detroit and say the same things to me there on camera that you do during the chat or the comments you make on some of the videos. Because I want this documented. This lady coming in is a sweetheart. She's a waitress at a local restaurant. Yeah, no way. Hey, Monica, how you doing? Yeah, the Ministry of Truth. I mean, if you don't like it, go someplace else. Hey, Wanda, how you doing? You wouldn't believe some of these kooks out there. I mean, it's unbelievable. You just see the tip of the iceberg when I block them. Oh, totally. If you go back and you look at the chat last night, here's the thing too. In the chat, I mean, believe it or not, I'm really not that much of a chat guy. Yeah, I'll be down there next weekend. Yeah, man. I'm really not that much of a chat guy, but what happens is, I'll start the chat up, and for whatever reason, people are having a good time chatting, and I just don't like cutting them off. I guess they just don't want to set up a camera, or they don't have 1,000 viewers or something like that. So I just feel bad when they're having a good time chatting back and forth. That's why the chat ends up staying on so long sometimes, because I look there and I'm ready to sign off, and there's 10 people enjoying a conversation. I just don't want to, end that short for them. Hey Mark, how you doing? Yeah, I'm up north. 420. Are you up north as well? Yeah, I mean, I don't really, really, honestly, I don't think I appreciate the comment, but it's the people that create the chat. If it wasn't the comments and the dialogue, it'd be like it's nothing I do. Basically, I just turn it on and let them talk. And it's the same thing with the interviews I do when I'm going down to Detroit. If it wasn't for the people that I interviewed, there'd be like nothing. I mean, it's not like some special gift I have. I will give myself credit for dragging myself out of bed and actually getting around to doing it. That's one thing I'll give myself credit for. But other than that, there's no special skill. My camera work sucks. I don't do any editing. It's just like bare bones, basic talking to people. So that's why I don't take credit for anything, because it's really not like any great content created. Yeah. Hey, Guara, how you doing down there today? You working today? I'm gonna get you a bag of those hamburgers next time I come down there. Yeah, well, you should do it too, yeah, man. You're down there around the same area. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like about it. I mean, as I've said, I was doing it before YouTube was around. Same thing. Except I didn't have anywhere to like store it. I wish I had like 50 years of doing this kind of stuff. Basically, my YouTube channel is just like a scratch of the surface. Hey, Stella, how you doing? It's just like a little bit of what I did, not much. Hey, Ellie, how you doing? But I hope you guys are conscious of some of these kooks out there. They're just absolute lunatics. You're never going to find a sweeter, nicer, tactful, kind person than Tweety. She's having a channel, and this kook out there is trying to ruin her life because she said positive things about me on my own channel. This lady writes letters. She contacts the police. She gets petitions that I'm some serial killer when I'm down in Detroit. I mean, just off the charts, crazy. Sending me nude pictures that were unsolicited. It doesn't get any nuttier than that. And it's just surprising to me how many people out there don't understand this. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Oh, she is absolutely nuts. I think I'm gonna file a police report Monday, because it's just gotten to where there's not much you're gonna do to me now. I'm at the end of my working life. I'm basically just dinking around on YouTube. So I'm an older guy that you're not gonna hurt my reputation. But to somebody younger that's starting their own channel, it's got a life ahead of them. This kook, if you get anybody to believe in it, it's just gonna cause a lot of rebuttal, and you're taking time to talk to cops and that kind of thing. It's more so to protect these other people that this lunatic is trying to harass than me. There's not really much you can do to me. But to a young person starting out, they don't have enough life experiences to realize that 99% of the people won't believe this lunatic. All you got to do is look through last night's chat or the chat earlier in the daytime, where she played two people, a helper and a victim, and just, people were trying to be kind and nice. This went on for an hour and a half, and it was all a fake setup lunacy. Yeah, I do block them, but that doesn't keep them from like going around contacting people that are on the chat, uh, coming up with a bunch of fake signatures and faxing them to YouTube, contacting police departments. I mean, it's just nuts. Yeah, I mean, this isn't just someone that with a differing opinion. The way that the majority of the people got this way is because they just said something totally whacked out, nutty on a comment board or during a chat, so I blocked them. Yeah, I don't, it's just disruptive, you know? It just gets, you get burned out. What I wish would happen is the chat, so you could just approve people to watch it. All you can do is block these wackos from commenting. You can't block them from watching the chat. And by watching the chat is where they're getting the names to harass these people. I wish I could keep them from even watching a chat. No, it's not. Oh, L.A. Yeah, man, it's nuts. You wouldn't believe it if I sent you the emails. Yeah, you're right, L.A. I mean, it doesn't scare me, but it's inconveniencing other people because they don't go along with this lunatic. Yeah, she contacts them through social media, or what'll happen sometimes is someone will want, they'll put their don't put your email chat or in the comment section, because this lunatic will cut and paste it and send it to every fellow weirdo out there, and you'll just be harassed into changing an email that you may have had from 10 years. I mean, nothing makes sense, Yeah, any phone numbers, anything. Nah, YouTube doesn't do anything. I've realized that. You can forget it. You listen to all the stats about YouTube and, all the people that sign up and watch videos. I mean, if they hired 1 million people tomorrow, I don't think they could effectively keep an eye on these lunatics. What sucks is, on one hand, it's good that, you can run your own chat and channel. On the other hand, it's so big and large that there's no way they can just keep a finger on these lunatics. I mean, if it was a smaller company, she'd probably be gone by now. But I mean, you might as well take your complaint and throw it out the window when you're driving down the expressway. No, we're talking about the other kook. Robin's a kook too. That whole thing with Robin started out is she just contacted me wanting me to do an interview with her, and I just wasn't interested. Yeah, they can hire lawyers, but they don't. They don't. Yeah. Hey, Ray, how you doing? There's no way. They just can't keep up with differentiating between like a legitimate stalker and an idle complaint because you don't like what somebody said. It's just, you get what you pay for. It's free, and that's the nature of the beast. I don't really care about, checking them out, or it's a total waste of time. I just don't think it's fair that they're harassing people that are simply belong to a chat or a channel that make comments. That's the problem. I mean, if I spent 1 minute checking these kooks out, it'd be too long. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's one advantage over Facebook than YouTube. What you want to get is you want to get their IP address and their MAC address, because that way they're not going to be just able to change IDs and come in and stalk people. Facebook does that. They get your IP and your MAC address. So even if you're signing in under another server, they've got the number of the unit you're using, whether it's a phone, a laptop, desktop, or whatever. So it doesn't matter where you sign on, you're still not going to be able to do it, where any kook can make a fake ID and sign back on YouTube 10 minutes later. It's a little bit of trouble, but not a lot. No, it's true. Yeah, you're right about that. Pretty good, Amy Jo. How you doing? Yeah, it's actually nice to have the sun out today. I gotta go move some crap out of those buildings I sold. I'm like, have zero motivation to do so. Yeah, they hang in there, these women, somehow, some way. It's unbelievable. No, Jane, I'm a couple hundred miles away from where I interview. Okay, Gar. Yeah, take care. Nah, Daisy, yeah, she is on the dash. She's sitting in the middle of the blanket. Yeah, she wasn't on there a little while ago. Yeah, Marguerite, she'll sleep in the cold. She will. I mean, as you know, Marguerite's got some health problems and some COPD, but all it takes is one good shot of bronchitis and pneumonia, and it's lights out. I agree. I'm constantly learning when I'm on the road too, and for a long time I asked people if they needed food or clothes, and they always said no. So I'm kind of surprised that food was a big hit, the chili and the oranges and the candy, that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to really load up with next week. Yeah, I really like those mandarin oranges. Yeah, I'd like to send it across the lake. You never know. If you're in a small airplane, or even if you're in a boat, you realize how large these Great Lakes are, flying over them. With Kelly and her daughter, the way I look at it is, nobody would want to be in Kelly and her daughter's position. Who would want to have that lot in life? You're a mother, your daughter's out there tricking with you, She's got serious health complications as a result of the lifestyle. You and your mom are just getting high on heroin, hoping for the next dollar to come around the turn. So even though she isn't a favorite of mine, I always promise myself that I'm not going to let my own bias get in the way of doing what I'm doing for everybody else. In other words, you're not going to see much difference from me between someone I think is just great and someone who I can't stand, because all bets are off when you're a drug addict. And for that reason alone, I sympathize. So I'm not going to be going down around there and driving down another block because I don't want to give them money for an interview or a couple cans of canned food. Just not going to do it. I mean, Hey, Kate, how you doing? So, yeah, I mean, you know how it is. I mean, it's, I mean, there's people, I don't really mention it too much, but there's people down there that I pay the same. I basically pay them not to interview them because, you know, you go down there, they need the money. They see you interviewing people, and then they come up to you and they say, I'll do an interview. And I just don't have the heart to tell them no. I mean, it's not that much money. And I mean, I think most of the people that, you know, are on the channel would feel the same way. It's not worth 10 or 20 bucks to me to hurt somebody's feelings. I got enough problems. One problem I do see, and I've mentioned this before, and that is the people that are getting things sent to them and the people that are not. I mean, that kind of sucks. That's why in the one interview I did with Ebony, somebody sent her a card and they sent her $5, which was great, and I'm thankful for it. But there's been one person that's gotten $5, and that's Ebony, and I'm just sensitive about that. Rebecca's getting 150, 200. Maddie's getting money. I got a bunch of money for Raven, and then Ebony gets $5. It's just uncomfortable feeling. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to handle that. So far, I've handled it by subsidizing the difference. Hey, Joanna. Hey, Sharon. So I'll have a bunch of stuff next week to take down, way more than I had the week before. I realized it's easier for me, you know. Misha, you talking about the West Branch P.O. Box or the Detroit P.O. Box? What I do before I go down there, I always check the West Branch Post Office, which is easy. I live there. And then the Detroit one, I check it as soon as I get down there. So, I mean, there's never a bunch of stuff laying around in there while I'm out delivering stuff. I mean, I know that, you know, things can be in the mail at the time I leave sometimes, but I'll just deliver it the next time. Another example, too, is like when people want somebody to have something, like Cricket is an example. I've got Cricket's packages, and I've also got a ravioli. But I just didn't feel comfortable giving it out to somebody else when somebody paid for it and they wanted her to have it. So I still am dragging it around. Hey, Texas. No, I know you're not, Amy, but that's about the truth of it. I mean, I just, you know, I just can't like try and. I don't want to. It's bad enough. Can you imagine being down there in an unheated house on heroin and no money, and your daughter's with you? I mean, I don't want to add to their misery by being a jack off. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kelly pisses me off. I know she comes across as ungrateful, but I'm telling you, if you read and you get knowledgeable on heroin addiction, all bets are off. It makes you do shit you normally wouldn't do. Hey Tanya, how you doing? Okay, Scrappy. Make sure you double check them. Pretty good. Yeah, that's what I do, Jim. That's what I do. Yep. All right, you too. Yeah, I mean, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. I mean, they'll be getting quite a few things this next time. Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, I've mentioned this to you guys before, but the truth of it is the young women get way more than the old, and the whites get way more than the blacks. It's just the way it is, and that really sucks, being a part of that. I mean, you keep thinking things are changing, and that, you know, that there's going to be an even playing field, and it doesn't really work that way in the real world. Just go look at the videos of the women that I've interviewed and look at the views. People are clicking on that thumbnail of young, attractive women and passing over on the old, unattractive women. It's just the way it is. It sucks, but welcome to being a human being. Yeah, well, there's plenty of underdogs down there, I'll tell you. Just by virtue of being there and addicted to heroin and having no place to live. I mean, you know, like I tell people, to me, it would seem like I'd need to go to Detroit Metropolitan Airport, get on an airplane, fly for 6 hours, get off, and experience what I experienced down on Michigan Avenue and 4th Street. It seems like I ought to be in some other country. Here it's right in my own damn backyard. It's just nuts. It's embarrassing. Yeah, and Ebony is another example. Ebony's another example. You know, I'm not going to go down there, hey, you said you were going to rehab. I knew you wouldn't go. Nobody believed you. And that is the absolute worst thing you could do. I'm going to treat Ebony just like I always do. How you doing? Sorry you didn't make it. Maybe it wasn't a good time. What can we do to help you now? It's true. It is a horrible feeling, yeah. I mean, you know, it's one thing for these snippet interviews of their lives. It's another thing to think about the day-to-day existence. You think of Raven, Ebony, all the women down there, Jamie, just walking down, 30 degrees, freezing your ass off, needing some drugs, haven't eaten. God knows what kind of sickness is lingering around, pneumonia, cold. 2, 3 in the morning, cars blowing their horns, saying shitty things. Businesses treating you like shit. And then when 2 o'clock comes and you're exhausted and you don't have any money, you got to find a place to sleep in an abandoned house. Damp, cold, no lights, no TV, no place to take a shower. I mean, this is as bad as it gets. This is like being a prisoner. You just think of these. Look at Jamie. I mean, Jamie should be at college right now thinking about going to today's football game instead of selling herself out there for 4 years. Nothing to do, a dad that's not worth his shit. And on top of it all, she's pleasant and appreciative. That's the thing that really gets me. She's not bitching and nasty and rude. It's just like a baby chicken crossing the street. Yeah, make sure if anybody's thinking about donating stuff, this is one fault that I've had so far. People say, well, here's $200 or something, use your discretion. I find that when it comes to using my discretion, I don't feel comfortable pulling the trigger because I'm always thinking, God, is this what they wanted to do? Is this the person they wanted to go to? So anybody that's going to send anything, money or a gift, on the cards and the gifts, just mark on the envelope their name. I don't open any of this stuff and look at it or anything like that. I just hand it to them. It's so much easier when I go through the mail and I've got 5 cards for Marguerite, 3 for Raven, and 5 for Cricket. And on the money part, it's so much easier for me if you say, hey, here's $100. I want it to go to Raven. No problem. It will go to Raven that next trip. But when you say, here's $100, spread it around, I just kind of like save it. Now, I am going to buy a bunch of food this time and clothes, but it's so much easier if you earmark the money as opposed to leaving it up to me where I think it should go because I don't want to guess wrong. Yeah, I appreciate it, Tom. That's why I record everything that I hand out, because the last thing I need is one of these lunatics out there to be saying that people are sending money and the people aren't getting it and that kind of stuff. Yeah, there are actually a lot of the churches do a lot for the people in those circumstances. I'll tell you an interesting thing about churches. About 5 years ago, I'm driving around there, and there's a church, and I just go in there. I forgot why I did. Anyway, I get talking to these people, and they said that the Lord sent me there, which, believe me, I'm thinking, I don't think so. I just happened to be driving by. Long story short, they want me to get on the board of the church right away because they think that I'm doing good things. Well, I realized very early on that that wasn't for me. These places don't seem to be able to get anything done. I mean, they do nice things. It's just I hate meetings and bureaucracy and follow-ups and bullshit to read in between meetings. So I resigned about a month after I was there. But in the short time I was there, what I learned is that it's the same thing with the donations to the people. You'll learn that when it's the holidays, when it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, that kind of thing, you got people coming out of the woodwork wanting to volunteer. Everybody wants to go down there. Hey, you know what? I just went to a soup kitchen in Detroit and I made 1,000 gallons of soup and I handed it out to the poor, and here's a big plate of turkey, and here's my selfie handing out a plate of turkey. And I always think to myself, a lot of these people are so full of shit. Around the holidays, you got people coming from the suburbs that they want to get down there and help these people. It's the other days that's the problem. Christmas and Thanksgiving, I don't know whether it's their own guilt or what, is no problem. You've got 1,000 people for every homeless person that are wanting to help. It's the other days is the problem. The other 363 days a year, that's when they need the help, not in the popular holidays. Oh yeah, it'd make you sick down there if you were belonging to one of these churches and on the board, and you'll see these group of women come from West Bloomfield and they're brand new Navigator, and they get out and like, oh, we're here to hand out food. Yeah, wow, great, it's super. And they work for about an hour and a half handing out turkeys, and then they go to their 5-star restaurant when they leave, and that's the last you see of them. Now you can say, well, that's an hour and a half they volunteered where they could have done nothing. I agree, which is why I'm reluctant to say anything, but it just is a very weak benevolence to them. It's more about them than it is about the other people. That's exactly right, Tom. That's why I say, people ask me, did the mainstream media ever contact me about being down there? And they have not. And I really hope they do, because it'll give me the pleasure of rejecting them, telling them to go to hell. For 10 years, I've been writing this free press and news and emailing these journalists, and they drive right by these women on their way to work on Michigan Avenue and 4th Street. And, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure what's going on. They don't do a damn thing. Nothing. Now, after somebody privately does something on their own, they're going to want to do a story about it. It's not happening. No way. No, the cops don't care. The cops, I never talk to the cops. Ever. They don't care. Never. I don't care if they think I'm a John, because that's why I keep the camera rolling the whole time I'm there. I'm not a John. I'm not soliciting for sex. They ever try and implicate me in something like that, I'll sue their damn ass off. Just because a guy in a van stops and talks to a working girl doesn't mean he's soliciting for sex. I've got a whole bunch of videos to prove it, plus the camera that I have rolling if they ever decide to hassle me like that. I'll stop when I'm driving down the road and talk to anybody I want to, wherever I want to, for as long as I want to. Yeah, Leah, that's probably happened sometimes. Although since I've been doing it, I don't know of anybody that throws away food. My experience, it all gets eaten for sure. No, they do want food. That's not true. They do want food. No, I never got charged for solicitation. They better not charge me either, because I'm not doing it. No, I never did. No, I've never even been talked to from the cops. Not one single time, ever, have they ever come up to me. No, that Bangkok 96 is a real gem of a restaurant. Are you kidding me? I'm going to eat there every time I go there now. When I stay in Dearborn, excellent food. If you guys are down around Detroit, go to Bangkok 96. Look at their website. Even their website's super professional. Their food is superb. It's like stuff you get in San Francisco and New York City. Yeah, wasn't that good food, man? Only bitch I got about Bangkok 96 is the parking. Other than that, it's great. Yeah, it's excellent food. Yep. I did. I got the duck there the last time, and I hate to say it, I didn't think the duck was that great. I thought it was good, not great. I don't think I'd get the duck again there. If I was guessing, I would say that they don't sell that much of it, where the other stuff is like made to order fresh. The duck kind of struck me as like, this was yesterday's cooked duck. I could be wrong. And if you get crispy duck in most Asian restaurants, that's exactly what it is. It's crispy. Because duck sucks if it's not crispy. It's high in fat. Definitely not a health food. But I don't give the crispy duck there a good rating. I'd never get it again. No, the sauce. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. That's when you look at particularly Asian cuisine, I suppose it's the same with Italian or anything else. The trick is the marinade and the sauce. That's where you get that great food, the sauces. I agree. Oh, thank you, Tom. Yeah, I'm not worried about it because I'm not soliciting for sex. And I got the camera rolling. Yeah, you're right about that, Leah. You're right. It's true. No, Tom, I never have. No. I never get fish sauce on anything. Yeah, that's how it is down there. You get a lot of phonies. A bunch of bullshitters. Yeah, I ate at that Shish Palace one time. I didn't like it that great. I didn't like it. It was around the holidays, and most places were closed. Lashish, the original Lashish, used to be excellent. I don't think that's that good anymore anyway. Honestly, I really couldn't recognize a Middle Eastern restaurant at the level like Bangkok 96. You're right, Leah. That's true. I mean, I think good food's hard to find. It's not always related to how much it costs. Those carne asada fries at that Taco Taqueria in Allen Park are like tops. They're really excellent. Yeah, I don't know about Peterborough. If you get out there, if you guys ever get a Captain Nemo sub, get one of those. It's the quality of all that other stuff. Oh, really? Huh. Manuel's Taco Hut. Where's that at? No, Bangkok 96 is excellent. But I'd give them it's just like you never know. I mean, just because it's a good restaurant doesn't mean 100% of the things are going to be good. I love that Mi Pueblo on Dick's, that Mexican restaurant in Detroit, but I thought their botana was not that good. I would never get it again, but everything else I've had, like the entrees and the tacos, are fantastic. But the botana was like, so-so. Yeah, I'm going to be down there next weekend. Yep. Get down there like Saturday, something like that. Yeah, it's a hell of a website they have, isn't it? See, that's the difference between a professional website and one that you would do yourself on GoDaddy. Even though everybody can make I've made my own websites. They're terrible, amateur looking, but they're cheap. But that website for Bangkok 96, that's what a professional website looks like. It's worth every damn dime. That probably cost them $3,000. But you know, when you're putting your best foot forward for advertising, that's the way to do it. It stands out. Oh, no kidding. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't know that. It's just like Greektown. I can't really recommend a place that's great in Greektown, to be honest with you. When I go down there, I get a combination plate of golden fleece, and I wouldn't call that great. I'd call it good, but I can't tell you a good, great, authentic Greek restaurant to go to. Yeah, I don't like that chorizo sausage. Yeah, there goes the sun is right. Yep. Yep. Well, I think I'm going to sign out of here, you guys. Get out of here. So I hope you guys have a good day today. No, no, Mom, I'm not in Detroit. I'm at home, a couple hundred miles away. Oh, no kidding, Tom. Yeah, I was unaware of that. Huh. Yeah, I got to try that. You too, Annette. Okay, you too, Carissa. Yep. All right, LA. Take care. Yep. See you later. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day.